So, hello, friends. This is Gautham Kolluri from CIP Study Abroad, and today I have the pleasure of inviting one of our students, former students, I would say. He's a permanent resident of Canada, and he is from Hyderabad. His name is Sahith. Sahith, welcome to the talk, our CIP International Student Review. Thank you very much for joining at such short notice.
Yeah, no problems.
Yeah. So Sahith had long journey. His mother, I talked to her many, many times. She was so convinced that something is wrong in Canada in about all this, right? Mama was had a very tough time believing sending you abroad.
Yeah, mostly they were interested in US. Then I had applied for Canada first, and then I think we had a very rough conversation to begin with that US is better. My mom was talking, and then you have made some.
Right. So is your mother happy and are you happy with the choice being in
Yes,
Canada?
yes, yes.
Yes.
Fortunately, yes.
Yeah, it takes almost 100 years for Indians to get a green card, and you're already a permanent resident of Canada. So I'm
Yes.
very fortunate. So, how so so what is your current job, Sahit? You are an IT, you studied in Humber College, right? Yeah.
Yes, yes. I studied at Humber, so I think it was part of. I applied. I met Anil for the first time when I went to CIP. It was one of my friends who applied through CIP referred, saying this was the consultancy I used, and then I thought we just need a consultancy to get in. And after that, I met Anil. He gave an option of colleges to apply, and then later we had applied for all the colleges that I was eligible for, and then I think that was the first time I and my mother was talking to you, and
Yes, yeah.
consultancies started to prefer other colleges, but you were giving a order of priority, saying if you take Humber, this would happen. If you take Conestoga, this was the thing. So there was no particular priority set, but you were saying this is the pathway for each college, right? So then, yeah, we happened to choose a college, and later, after an year, I think almost we were not in touch for a year. But then came this under program TR to PR. I think you had like thousands of students
We
overnight,
helped a lot of students. Yes,
weeks
Sahit
of
was there.
no sleepless nights, and like one quick Zoom call, and that's all. Your query is resolved. You don't need to post anything or do anything. It was a great support. Definitely by one after 20 months, that was exactly when my college got ended. It was around May 6th, I think, 2021. And yeah, that TR to PR things, the whole application progress, everything, you had like a lot of breakout rooms with a lot of students
Yes,
jumping here and
we helped hundreds of students. I think that was
hundreds.
my longest Zoom session. Me, Sandeep, Shivani, Nihil from a Canada team. We
Yeah,
were there for almost about 18 hours non-stop. That was the
yeah.
day when the program opened
You are like,
from
there is
morning
no
until
wrong.
5.
uh, People, I mean, I have asked my friends even to join, and they were not sure of whether I was eligible or not. You were like, it's okay with IELTS, without IELTS. We applied in any format. There was nothing
With
wrong with it.
IELTS was mandatory,
It
but it was
happened. Yeah, yeah. It happened. They got the PR even without IELTS to some of the people
that's
that I.
interesting. That's interesting. But overall, your journey with CIP, right? With
Right.
Humber College, we work with Humber College, but unfortunately for Indian students, they don't pay us. We haven't,
Yeah, yeah. You said.
had a single rupee from Sahid, but we helped, like Sahid, many students as well, with or without getting the money from the colleges or without the financials. We help our students. So overall journey, your journey, to Canada from CIP, like
So
how
career
was it?
wise, I'll talk it aside. So Canada, it's very much wide, right? So the opportunities are wide. It's not something we can limit. We have to get through the right pathway. That happens. I don't believe we'll get into something very choosy. things, we need to be prepared for everything, and if the right
You
things
have to
fall,
be ready. Yes.
yeah, yeah, if the
Yeah.
right things
So
fall
what,
in your way.
I always want to talk about the challenges, right? A lot of things, life is not easy. And when you are planning to go abroad and study abroad and settle abroad, there's a lot of challenges, guys. And remember, study abroad is not for everybody. You need to have strong financials, strong academics, and strong emotional and mental strength to endure all this, right? You'll be away from your parents, you'll be alone. So, I always want to talk about the challenges. So, Sahid, when you first landed, right, you didn't really know any people except our CIP WhatsApp group. So, what was going in your mind when you landed from the airplane?
No,
This
no,
was the first
that
time you
that
landed.
was the start, right? So CIP, it started with CIP WhatsApp group, and then there was Humber group, and then at least like 20 to 30 people
So,
even
when
before
you
that.
landed in Canada, like, what was in your mind? You left the flight, you came out.
Yeah,
So, what was going
I
in your mind?
typically somewhat expecting at least like 50% of what I had. A lot of friends going to US. So they go through college, and usually at the end of college, they apply through different companies and everything through the career pages and LinkedIn. So they get a job. That was my expectation. And the moment I landed, I saw an accommodation that looked great. And after coming here, that is not what it looked like. So on pictures,
I
it
know.
looks different, and after you land, it looks different. And after that, I had a lot of friends who joined Conestoga in Kitchener. So no one was ready to, I mean, no one would be, they would be busy with what they're doing. So I had to travel from Toronto to Kitchener. I did not like the accommodation at all. So I traveled to Kitchener. Then I saw a couple of, at least I have 3 to 4 friends who had 20 to 30 of friends. So there I saw everyone was busy. Like it was, I came a month prior. So for September intake, I came at least around July 30th. So that was a lot of time. There was a lot of time. So I saw people going to part times, and everyone is busy. Even like one of my friend whom I had was also not very much not having much time to spend with me. So I
Yeah,
thought, okay,
time is the only thing which we will see. As we grow
yeah,
older, the only thing which we will always lack is time. There is no time. That is this. So you came to Canada in September 2019, right? Just before the
yes,
COVID, one semester before, and
yeah,
you
yeah,
studied college information technology. So how was you still you were able to do 2 semesters in person,
yes,
right?
yes,
Almost semesters.
yes, two
So how was your
semesters.
experience studying in Humber College? It's a great campus. I was actually offered a position as international recruitment manager for South Asia in Humber, but I did not take it. I went ahead with CIP. So, how was your experience in Humber? How was the
So
program, the
basically,
knowledge?
I had my undergraduation from electronics, right? So I saw Humber has this ITS program very much. It's kind of unique. I would say at least it's a repeat of computer science program, that whole computer science program which India has for 4 years, right? It's a compressed version of that. So the first year being all the basics. I see accountants coming into that course. I see a couple of medical background students. The way they design is having 10 computer science students, 10 electronic students, 10 accountant students. So that they just know what IT is. If they are knowing what IT is, they'll introduce to that program, or they might pick in that way. And I've seen all the people getting through the course, but everyone out of the once the Humber course is done, right? I've seen everyone knowing what types of jobs are available. It's not very much specifically taught course. It's a generic IT course in the
It's
first,
a foundation course. So, this program is for students who are from non-IT
yeah,
background
from,
and you want to have a basic degree in
yes,
software development, information
and it's
technology. So,
only
how was your
limited.
experience studying in Humber College? Like, did you like going to the
Yes,
classes,
yes.
the
I
professors,
did like
campus?
the whole course. Like from third semester onwards, you can choose your career path. Like if you want to go on database side, you can. The third semester will follow the fourth semester. So they split it accordingly. The course structure is well designed. Uh, like lecturers wise, it's fine. It's not too great. It's not too bad. But the course structure they have designed, it's always they renew it all the time. So it's not something. The course structure itself is
Static.
the main foundation of the whole course part.
That's
And
good. They
at
keep
the
on
end, the
updating.
capstone. At the end, there's a this capstone project. So I had an experience already in India, right? So that was good. But if someone is not having an experience and that capstone project, I have seen people landing into jobs from those capstone projects as well. So
Yes, very true. Many. Yes.
the pay might not be high, but for someone who is not having experience, I see people getting paid at that capstone project as well. So they start with unpaid project, and there are some good clients which Humber College staff could get through. So one of them was Bombardier or the TTC kind of
All the
clients.
big Hammer has a good program support services for students. So
Yeah, yeah.
a
The
lot of
college
students,
being
first
popular.
question they ask is, Sahid, before students think about even future job, they talk about part-time jobs. So did you work part-time during
Uh,
your study?
I think things were very much less competitive in part times at that time. It was not very tough to find. I was like, okay, let's. I maybe spent around a month in at the start because I saw people in Kitchener working. I got a lot of confidence. I did not see anyone sitting ideally at home. So
Everybody gets a job. It is only a question of time. There
so
is no
yeah, I mean, they were encouraging to ask me to stay as long as I want. Then I saw people being busy. So I was the only person who was not doing any work at that moment. So I was like, no, 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 Kitchener is not the right place. My place is Toronto. So I came back after like 3 to 4 days. I think I got inspired of it. It shouldn't. I mean, you should not spend any day going waste.
idle
So
waste. Very true.
so I came back. No matter what, you go anywhere. That day, at least don't sit in home. Go anywhere. Find something. Explore
Learn
places.
something very important.
You'll see
Yes.
different kinds of jobs being available. See, my experience was when I go out, right? If I see some Indian working at some store, I'll see like, okay, this is also a part-time job. I go everywhere. There is some comfortable jobs, right? Even in part-time, there are jobs where you don't need to
Where
put in
did
a
you
lot.
work, Sahid?
So I worked as a concierge at some play. It was an apartment. So I saw someone in downtown. Most of the concierges being Indians. Then I asked. So just like going through someone and ask if you're. How did you get the job? Some might answer. Some might not answer. But you'll get to know. Okay, he is an international
What is?
student working as a concierge. This is more comfortable. He's having a chair to sit and not putting a lot of physical stress. Maybe doing
You
an
get
assignment.
to assignment,
Yeah,
studying, doing what's
yeah,
happening
yeah.
around. That's good
So
watching
yeah,
YouTube. So
things
that's
fell in place. I did I found out that there is a security course that we can do. So I switched almost 20 jobs before in 1 month. That first 1 month, I switched almost 20 jobs, 20 part-time jobs. So
a lot of
going
opportunities. Yeah, that's you're
yeah,
lucky.
you give your resume. If you're lucky enough, they'll take you in. Someone will not show up. They'll call you on the last moment and say that okay, we need someone,
Oh, you
right?
mean the staffing jobs, right?
The
Yeah.
staffing
So what
guys.
is? Yeah. Mhm.
So
What
that's
is your
how it.
current job title, Sahid?
So it's I work as a technical consultant. So it's I work with different stacks of technology. So one being Azure DevOps and the other being Azure Data Factory. So various products of Microsoft, and then React and on the front end. And I had been even in IT. I started with QA at TechM, and after my college, then
Graduate. So how long
landed
did it take for you to get your job in IT after graduation? You graduated in 2022, right? 21, 22,
21
20,
May, 21 May. Yeah.
21 May summer, right? So how long did it take for you to get a IT job?
For me, it took a month. It took almost a
It was
month.
peak COVID, right? It was not initially the job that was when the recession started
Yes,
happening
yes,
post
yes, yes, yes.
COVID, right? It was things were happening,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you got a job. That's
Yeah,
nice.
it
So you
was
started as a
actually
software tester, and then your current job. When did you start your current job?
uh, so almost I did there at work at Techem with Scotiabank for almost an year, and then I was looking for other opportunities while I was working there. So then I started somewhere as a part-time technical consultant, and then I moved into a full-time technical consultant. Still, it's a contract, but
What
I left.
What is your role as a technical consultant? Like, what are your job duties?
So usually there is different data that comes from Cisco, and our application is a product. It's asset management company. So it gets different data from various vendors like Cisco, Juniper, and stuff. So we pull those data and we update the data into our application, which is managed by as a product. So yeah,
Mhm.
mostly right now I'm working with data. Earlier I worked with on websites and providing certain portals like billing management and stuff. And before that I worked with
So good
Scotia.
opportunities in your industry, like in data, what you're doing now, there are good opportunities now.
I don't believe in
Because we
particular
had
as
yesterday
an
or day
IT.
before yesterday, I was talking. We had one student who was working in data analytics. I don't
So
remember
I
name.
think we need to be open. I don't feel one particular data will have a lot of opportunities. We need to be ready with at least like 4 to 5 different
Any
stacks.
technology.
And yeah, 4 to 5 different stacks, not particularly with data. Be ready with front end, be ready with testing. I do testing if they're paying more. I don't mind. So be ready with 2 to 3 different stacks and apply for all those. If you get in certain thing, then that company will be a data engineer. If you go the next opportunity, if someone is paying high, you'll go there. If it's a front end, you'll be a front end engineer. If someone is paying high for testing, you go there, you'll be a testing tester there.
You
So
just
there's
have to be flexible with what. So, one last question before you leave. What would you advise all the prospective students, especially from IT background? How can they be successful here in Canada?
yeah.
Should they
So
do to be successful?
improve the tech stack. I'll not be. Maybe there are more students who are more knowledgeable than me, but believe something that you know, and we need to project ourselves in a better way. So the things we know, we need to talk confidently because neither the interviewer knows can test your knowledge in that 30-minute window or the 1 hour window that they have. We have a lot of options. What we If you apply 100, there will be definitely 20 to 30 people who will exactly know what you're speaking, or the experience that you have might match with what they want at that point. And it may be the pay may be high, low, anything. Nothing goes waste in IT. Everything will be accounted for sure. Like any knowledge, any experience will be accounted, be it a capstone project, paid, unpaid, or past experience. Count
Will always
everything.
everything will
Yeah,
be.
count everything. Even if you see an experience of colleague, if your colleague is working for something, if you see that, start
Learning.
getting into a habit of saying that I have worked on it, or get into a place where you can experience, you can say it as your experience. Even your friend is working, you get to know some
Learn
details of
on
it.
this and you get to learn some experience on it. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. That's
So
good. Well, thank you, Sahid, and happy that you are successful. You got your permanent residency, and we were able to help you throughout your journey. For all the students from CIP, we are here to support Sahid. He joined us today. We haven't heard, we've never had a single rupee from him till now, and we've always been there to support the students. He is applying for his spousal sponsorship, and he has come for a consultation. For non-CIP students, we usually charge $100 consultation for a 30-minute session. But for CIP students, guys, you trusted us in this journey, and we will go an extra step to ensure that we will, support you till the end. So we are a one-stop solution for all your study abroad. And like Sahid, I hope you all will be successful here. You guys make us successful. So thank you, Sahid, for joining the talk, explaining your journey with CIP, explaining your challenges and your success in Canada. Congratulations and Happy New Year and thank you.
Thank you.